Hello guys, my name is Michael.
And I'm Lexi.
Welcome to this week's Charger News.
Foldable electric cars recently debuted in Europe. They're designed for tight spaces and are nearly a third of the length of a Ford Explorer. When folded, you can fit 3 of them into the average parking spot. The car is called Hiraco and is designed for parking in those small parking spaces in all the cities. The only problem with this car is that it's low cost, so low value, which means it probably won't be a big seller, but only time will tell.
More than a dozen teens have been diagnosed with some sort of mystery illness over the past month. They seem to be developing Tourette-like symptoms. The famous environmental activist Erin Brockovich went to the school in New York where the illness has started to find some answers. While the state has said it isn't an environmental problem, Brockovich isn't so sure. He believes that a train crash that happened near the school in the 1970s that spilled cyanide, an industrial solvent called trichlorophene, is the cause. However, when he attempted to enter the school grounds for his research, he found that the school has barred him from entering. So he was forced to leave with only a few samples of the water and soil found in the school. Now, let's throw it over to Danton for the Majority Report.
On today's Majority Report, we're asking people about current Bullitt sporting events and what they think about them. Let's find out. Are you going to the girls' senior night this Friday night against PRP?
Yes.
All right, good. Do you think they'll win? Here's a pretty big game.
I mean, they're home, and I give them the edge to win it.
Well, it's a pretty big game. I hear PRP is really good. Do you think they'll win?
I think PRP's got some talent, but if our girls all play to their level, then we can compete with them.
Do you think that Bullitt will win?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Are you going to the girls' senior night this Friday night against PRP?
Absolutely.
Do you think they'll win?
Absolutely.
All right, what about the guys' basketball game this Saturday against Manual? It's number 10 seed against number 9. It's a pretty big deal.
I give it a pretty close game, but I always give the win to the Chargers, man.
I think we've got them. They can't compete with our size, so we'll take them down.
D-Will, he'll probably, get a few poster dunks, just the usual.
I hope they win. I don't know, though.
Are you going?
Probably not.
Do you have something better to do on a Saturday besides support your boys' basketball team?
Yeah, homework.
What is this school doing to our students? What do you think about the cheerleading team going to nationals?
It's pretty impressive. I'm proud for them. Go. Go. Yeah.
I think that's awesome. I think with the guys on the team this year, that's going to add a lot to it, and they're going to compete real well this year.
I think that's fantastic.
Do you have anything to say to your fellow athletes at Bullitt East?
Do it the Charger way.
All right, thank you. As you can see, not very many people were going to the games, but you should to support your teams. Now let's throw over to Jacob for sports.
This week we'll be talking about the multiple upsets in college basketball. Some teams not expected to win have been taking out some big teams. Florida State has taken down 2 major ACC teams, North Carolina and Duke. Both of these teams were ranked in the top 5 when defeated. Following this is Notre Dame, who has made a large impact on the top 25 and working their way up the polls. They started with a win against Pittsburgh, then went on and took down Louisville and have continued to take down Syracuse and UConn. Tune in tomorrow to watch them take on Marquette.
Well, we're going to start this week off with some clips from the Louisville-Seton Hall game. As you can see, Louisville completely demolished Seton Hall the entire time. And now we have an AHL game, and I know you guys are thinking, amateurs, what? I mean, amateurs got to have their time in the spotlight too, guys. Come on. But yeah, goes for a slap shot, and the puck kind of disappears there for a second and reappears on the other side, and he goes for another shot, and they make it.
Now to Grant for the weather.
And here with your weather. Saturday, we're expecting it to be partly cloudy with some rain with a high of 49. Sunday, we've got clouds with a high of 55. And then next week, it's going to be mostly sunny with a high of 49 Monday through Thursday. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Grant. Donnie Eslinger, a 20-year-old soldier from Afghanistan, was reunited with his puppy last week. This isn't just any reuniting story, because Donnie traded 3 cigarettes for the puppy and named him Smoke because of it, while on his tour of duty in Afghanistan. They took him around with them on all of their missions, until in September of last year when Eslinger was critically injured by a mortar attack and was sent to a military hospital for treatment. Smoke was left behind. However, his platoon leader, knowing how much Smoke meant to Donnie, sent a letter to the Puppy Rescue Missions, where they were able to send Smoke back to the U.S. to be with Donnie. Aw, how touching.
2 teenagers from Canada have become famous for launching a Lego man into the stratosphere. The $500 project involved 2 cameras, a weather balloon, and a home-sewn parachute and Lego man. They spent a few Saturdays putting it all together, and they finally launched it. It went up around 80,000 feet into the air. That's 1/4 of the way to outer space. It then parachuted back down and landed in a field 75 miles away. Eh?
I'm Michael.
And I'm Lexi.
And this has been
Your
Charger News.
When you don't think you're smart enough to take the ACT, you cheat. When you cheat, you get caught. When you cheat, you don't get into college. When you don't get into college, you live in a dumpster. When you live in a dumpster, you share a home with an angry raccoon. When you share a home with an angry raccoon, you contract rabies. Don't contract rabies and don't cheat on your ACT.
Spare change. Spare change. Spare change.
Didn't you graduate from Goldies?
I cheated on my ACT.
What's up, oldies? I'm Emily.
And I'm Kaylee.
Are you ready to get plugged in?
What's up, dude?
Cut my life into pieces. This is my last
Titty twister.
Stop. No breathing. Don't give a f if I cut my
What is this, a PF Chang's?
This is my last resort.
You're dead.
Yours isn't loaded, right?
No, that's no fun.
We fight. We fight. We fight. We fight. We fight. We fight. I reach my last resort. Suffocation. No breathing. Don't give a f if I cut my arm bleeding. Do you even?
Funny because he's fat.
Would it be right? Ever took my life tonight? Chances are that I might. Mutilation out of sight. And I contemplate.
Georgia's Anna Watson is college football's strongest female cheerleader. Watson has been cheering since age 5. She can bench press 155 pounds, squat 255 pounds, and deadlift 230. She exclaims she has added 4 inches of muscles on her arms in just 10 months. Watson was on the brink of a $75,000 fitness modeling contract that could have set her up for a lifetime career in modeling, but she turned it down because she refused to use legal steroids.
A woman gave birth to a 13-pound, 12-ounce baby boy naturally and without medication at Mercy Medical Center on Thursday. When asked about the birth experience, Kendall Stewartson, 24, said she couldn't talk about it. It wouldn't be TV appropriate, Stewartson joked. Baby Asher was born healthy and 9 days late. He was 23.5 inches long. His family has a history of big babies. Asher set a record at Mercy, but falls about a pound short of the state record. I couldn't even imagine that. I don't handle pain very well. Now to Taylor to check out some new movies.
During the final days at the Yankee Pelter Inn, 2 employees determined to reveal the hotel's haunted past began to experience disturbing events as old guests check in for a stay. The innkeepers come out this Friday.
Seeing the ghost of Madeline O'Malley roaming the hallways waiting for her lover. Some say she's even looking to take up a new one. This is our last weekend open, so we've got to find some proof that Madeline O'Malley really exists before this place closes down.
I have my microphone so we can make do with EVP investigations.
Yes, I'd like a room for the night.
Since the hotel is practically empty, we might have a good chance of making some real contact.
Under a blanket of blue.
In small town Alaska, a news reporter recruits his ex-girlfriend, a Greenpeace volunteer, on a campaign to save his family of gray whales trapped by rapidly forming ice in the Arctic Circle.
Material up there, it seems like it's running a little thin. What the heck? I think Barrow might have one great story left in her.
This is solid ice. It goes for 5 miles from here to the open ocean.
3 gray whales are now trapped in walls of ice 6 inches thick.
You have whales in trouble and you didn't call me?
I didn't call you because there's nothing you can do.
There's always something you can do.
With every passing hour, their path to freedom slips further away as more of the ocean turns solid.
All we need is the cooperation from the governor, but the governor has basically turned his back on the whales.
I hate her so much.
Guard will pull the icebreaker where it's desperately needed.
The pull should be a piece of cake.
Nothing's that simple in the Arctic.
The temperature has dropped through the floor. We can't keep up with the ice.
The town of Barrow has shut down, as school children and shopkeepers alike furiously work to cut a path to the ocean.
The only icebreaker within navigable distance belongs to the Soviets.
I'll be damned if I'm gonna let the Reds in to save the day.
Thanks, Taylor. I can't wait to check those out. Oh, Christina, although she made it through Etta James's entire song, At Last, without flubbing the words during James's funeral in Los Angeles Saturday, Christina Aguilera didn't make it off the stage with her pride completely intact. As she belted out James's best-known song, Christina was plagued by a case of the drippy spray tans, as what appears to be fake tanning color ran down her leg in a long smear. Ouch, that's embarrassing.
Student receives free cocaine with Amazon textbook order. Sophia Stockton recently ordered a textbook from a retailer through Amazon. When Stockton flipped through the textbook, she discovered a bag of white powder had fallen to the ground. Stockton feared that the bag contained anthrax and took it to the local police department the next day. I told them white powder was in my terrorism textbook, and so I put it on the table, and they're like, oh, okay, and so we went back and tested it. Stockton recalls, he comes back and says, you didn't happen to order some cocaine with your textbook, did you? And I was like, no. Gardner law enforcement officials speculate that there may have been up to $400 worth of cocaine in the bag. Now to Jesse for news in the cyber world.
Halo 4 is a crazy game of aliens versus humans. It has new multiplayer modes and online play. If you like alien games, this is for you. Madden 12 is the newest Madden game on the market. It features better graphics and all new game modes. Get this game, or else.
It's picked!
Thanks, Jesse. I'm not much of a gamer, but even those games look entertaining.
Now to T2 to see how the seniors feel about college.
I took a trip around school to see where seniors were going to college after high school and also to see what their majors were. I'm with D. Campbell, the man Campbell, Soup Campbell, D. Campbell. Ain't that right?
Real talk. Randy Bauer. Logan Pruitt.
Alan Spencer.
T2.
Austin.
You attending college?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, I am.
For sure.
Yes, sir, I am.
Eventually. Yes, sir.
You going to college at?
U of L is what I'm looking at, yeah.
Lindsey Wilson College. I mean, I'm just looking for a barber school to go to, you know what I mean?
Undecided right now, but most likely Lindsey Wilson.
I'm going online. Hate to say it, but University of Louisville.
What are you majoring in?
I'm majoring in, I want to go to barber school, and I'll get my real estate license on the side.
Criminal justice, nursing, or business?
Think about architecture, maybe a little engineering, maybe, you know.
Become a lawyer, make that money. Ladies. Undecided right now, possibly nursing. Why might that be? I think it's a cool atmosphere, and I want to own my own barbershop. They offer me a bunch of money to play football.
This is where my mom went. It's close. It's a pretty decent school, and I'm a big fan.
If I go to Lindsey Wilson, I'm going to play football. It's close to home, stay close to my friends.
Now that you're plugged in, I'm Kaylee.
And I'm Emily.
We'll see you next week.
Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big. She looks like one of those rap guys' girlfriends. But, you know, who understands those rap guys?
Big Monkey!
Because she looks like a total prostitute. I mean, her butt is just so thick.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my God. Out there, I mean, gross.
Oh!
Wow. Never have I ever felt better with new anti-monkey butt powder. Thank you, monkey.
I'm hooked and I can't stop staring. Oh, baby, I want to get with ya and take your picture. My homeboys tried to warn me, but that butt you got makes.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Cravat with the electoral dysfunction for February 3rd, 2012, the year of the dragon.
Don't want to be an American idiot. Don't want a nation under the new media. And can you hear the sound of hysteria? The subliminal mind America.
It's been a while since we last aired, and a lot of things have gone on in the political world. So just to recap, we're going to show a little clip the boys in the back have pieced together to get us all caught up. Now here are some of this week's top headlines. Comedian Stephen Colbert announced Monday at a big rally endorsement in South Carolina that he was re-suspending Herman Cain's suspended campaign. Colbert had tried to get on the South Carolina primary ballot, but missed the November deadline, and because the state doesn't allow write-in votes, Colbert urged supporters to vote for the former Godfather's Pizza executive in his stead. And now let's go to our senior campaign analyst.
All right, I'm here with our senior campaign analyst, Trace Green. Trace, thanks for coming here today. Have you seen the Stephen Colbert Report?
I have seen it a few times, John.
What did you think about it?
I think it's fine. Is that a Dr. Seuss magazine?
It's not important right now, Trace. Do you think Stephen Colbert would be a good political figure?
I don't think he would be, no.
Why not?
Because I believe his parodies in his show prove to him that he wouldn't be a good presidential candidate.
Don't you think his sense of funniness and the way to lighten up a mood of the more serious political debates, don't you think that would help?
I think he has a good grasp on things as far as a comedic point of view, but I don't really think he's serious enough to give the full presidency needs that we are needing.
All right, thanks.
Thanks for having me.
Let's go to our lead reporter to see what people think about this.
Would Stephen Colbert be a good political figure? Let's find out. I'm Brad Johnson. I'm here with Connor Harris. Do you know who Stephen Colbert is?
Heck yeah, I love the Colbert Report.
What do you think about his show?
It's all right. It's got some good political information in it, but I think he tends to focus more on his jokes than actually what's happened politically.
You think he'd be a good political figure?
If he toned down his jokes and actually got serious, then yeah, probably.
I'm here with Mama Joe. Do you know who Stephen Colbert is?
No, I don't. Do you?
Have you ever seen a Colbert Report?
Do you know who he is?
I'm here with Dustin Donahue. Do you know who Stephen Colbert is?
Yes.
Have you ever seen a Colbert Report?
Yes.
Do you think he'd be a good political figure?
Not really.
Why?
Because his show is just funny, and I feel like he just does it to make people laugh, and he doesn't really know what he's talking about.
Do you think he'd be a good political figure?
Do you think he'd be a good political figure?
I do think so.
You do?
Yes.
Then I'm with you. You're the one with the crown.
I'm here with Derek. Do you know who Stephen Colbert is?
Yes, I do.
Have you ever seen his TV show?
Yes, I have.
Do you think he'd be a good political figure?
Not really, no.
Why?
Just kind of a comedian kind of thing. I mean, sure, he's political, but...
I'm here with Joe. Do you know who Stephen Colbert is?
Yes.
Have you ever seen his TV show?
Yes.
Do you think he'd be a good political figure?
No.
Why?
Because he shouldn't be.
Well, as you can see, Stephen Colbert would not make a good political figure. Back to you, John.
Well, it seems like Stephen Colbert won't be making it to the presidential seat this time around, but maybe he can sit back and work on his jokes a little bit more. Let's take a look and see what's happening in Congressional Roundup this week. This week in Congress, Democrats staged a rally on the House floor, urging GOP to come back to work. We've sent one of our special reporters to go and check out how the scene is playing out down there. Jordan, you there?
Yeah, it's a little loud though.
Yeah, I can tell. How's it going on in there?
What? I can barely hear you.
I said, how is it in there?
I don't know how the fair was.
No, I said, how is it in there?
Well, maybe if you took me sometime, I would know. Jeez.
It seems that Democratic leaders went to the House floor Friday morning in an effort to embarrass House Republicans for not coming back to work right after the holidays. Their message? Congress needs to come back early from its winter break and focus on measures to help the weak economy. Though I'd love to see Colbert joke his way to the White House, I don't think that'll be happening anytime soon. That's all for the show, and thanks for watching this week's Electoral Dysfunction.
I can tell that money's got you working. We've been talking for so long, now we're finally here in person. I taste pain and regret in your sweat. You've been waiting for me. Oh, I can tell that you've been practicing.